tell you what guys, I'll be in bed very early tonight. I am out on my feet at the moment. A lot of walking. I think I did 35,000 steps today. I'm just spent, hey.
I ain't afraid of the dark, 'cause once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark.
Wow, that was one of the best sleeps I've had in ages. I was just out on my feet last night, hey. I was falling asleep when I was cooking my sausages. Yeah, too big of a night. Alright, well I'm not sure what the plans are today. I'm looking at the Pheasant Creek track, just down the road down here a little bit, down Wheelers Creek logging road. And then heading towards Dargo somehow, so. But anyway, look, I'll try and get this fire going and cook up some bacon and eggs and that, and then I'll pack up and get out of here. So, alright. Beautiful spot, this Wheelers Creek campground, eh? Nice big areas, all fire pits, rivers just there. The access was pretty shit, but it's getting better. People starting to make their way down there, clearing tracks. And the old Wheelers Creek hut, the one they done up after it got burnt down a couple of years ago, it's really starting to weather well now, so it's starting to look a bit older and a bit more rustic. It's probably the third or fourth time I've camped here, I reckon. It's just because it's such a good spot, and obviously when you're doing Benambra and Gibbo and the areas around here, it's very handy, and they've got drop toilets as well. Saves digging a hole in the morning, unless you do an aqua turd. The water's a bit cold. Alright guys, I'm halfway through packing up. Sun's starting to poke its head over the hills here, so I'm just going to go have a quick shit and let the sun hit the top of his awning. There's just a little bit of dew on it, it's not too bad. I'll put the fire out and just load the troop up and we'll take off. Yeah, looks like a cracking day, not a cloud in the sky today. And it looks like the wind's dropped right off too, which is a bit of a bonus, that's for sure. So I'll give it a quick check over. Yeah, like obviously you're pushing up some big hills around Benambra and Gibbo and that, and you're working the motor pretty hard, and everything gets pretty hot, so I thought I'd just check the oil and the water, be on the safe side. Well, I'll tell you what, I thought if there was a trout in this river, it would be in that hole. A lot of still water, it's fast flowing, there's like little eddies. It's got me fucked. Honestly, even if I caught one, I wouldn't get it up on the bridge anyway. I reckon I might see one in there actually. I need some polarised eyeglasses, eh? Alright, I just come down and retrieved my little lure, my spinner. I got it without having to get my feet wet, which is good. Yeah, as I was saying, if I was a trout, any problems with rods up there now on the bridge still, but if I was a trout, I'll be in here, I reckon. There's a massive big hole in here. Just looks like trout central to me. There's all bugs. I know I probably should be fly fishing maybe if I was a fly fisherman, but there's a heap of bugs flying around over here, moths landing on the water. All the way through here, you can't really see them, but there's, yeah. Okay, I got my lure back, which is good. Save me a bit of money there. Just going to take off now and go to a waterfall not far from where I was camping at Wills Creek Hut. I might even jump under the falls there and have a bit of a clean up. I've been there before. I've done a short little reel on it a couple of years ago, but they've finished all the works there, all the paths and everything. It's all been done up. It looks pretty nice now, so we'll head back there and have a look. Okay, so I'm on marginal track now. This was a pretty ordinary track a couple of years ago, but obviously now they've done the waterfalls up and made it into a little bit of an attraction. They've come through and widened all this out. It can get pretty bad in the wet, my understanding, but perfect weather at the moment anyway. So it's been a real dry winter anyway. Hasn't been much in the way of snow, so everything's real dry up around this area. We're currently up around 1150 metres in elevation. Hey, I got some service. Pretty cool. Holy shit! Man, that is so cold. Oh. Oh mate, how good's that? Woo. Alright. Woo. Go again. All right. What do you reckon? It's pretty cool, eh? There's no one ever here. There's no one here. It's always, you're always here by yourself pretty much. Pretty spectacular little waterfall. That water was bloody cold, I tell ya. It was freezing. Alright, there it is, Thowgla Falls. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a beautiful little waterfall. Cold, but beautiful. There's a track just up here called Shady Track. First bit's pretty steep, I don't know what it's like. I'm going to go up there, make my way back over to like Dunstan's Road, I think it is, and then I'm going to go back and probably try and find the Lind Hut. They might call it the ski hut, I'm not sure. It's like an A-framed hut. And then from there I'm just going to make my way back to Dargo, or to Dargo. I'm not going to do any real hard tracks. My legs are starting to really give me a bit of grief. I did like nearly 36,000 steps yesterday. Feeling a bit sore in the legs, so I think I'm just going to take off, do a bit of sightseeing from now on, I think, and make my way to Dargo and catch up with the boys for a few beers and stay overnight. So, alright, cheers guys, hope you enjoyed it. My bad, it wasn't called Shady Track, it's actually called Scrub Track. All I know is it takes us back towards Dunstan's Road. Alright, I've just gone on to Pappas Creek Lower Track. It takes me out Dunstan's Road, which is a more direct route I need to get to at the moment. Obviously it's a pretty good track because this is all old logging coupe areas. So all the tracks up here are pretty good really, apart from certain parts of them I suppose where the obviously log trucks didn't have to access them, but they're all good driving. Alright, Dunstan's Road. Turn on the ski hut track. The ski hut. It might be called the Lind Hut as well, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll go have a look. Wow. This is next level. Honestly, this is better than my house at the moment. Well, apart from the echo. Cracking fireplace. You come over here, this is next level. Running water. Well done guys, done a great job here. Alright, well that was the ski hut, or the Lind Hut. It's called the ski hut because it was actually built by some people who formed the club. It's called the Murray Ski Club or something like that, back in like maybe the 1950s. And they used to come up here to ski. Yeah, and obviously it got burnt like all the other huts in 2019 in the big bushfires. But Vic, I'm not sure if it's the Vic Hut Association or just Vic Parks or something, had all the huts all insured. That's why they've been able to come back and rebuild most of these, which is good. Like, they're in perfect condition, so we really need to make sure we respect them. You know, clean them when you're finished and that. Close the doors, don't want to leave doors open, it's the last thing you want to do. And yeah, and they'll be around for a lot longer for everyone else to use, even though they do close everything down on us, the big government. Nice little climb here. Pretty gentle. Yep, it just keeps going. Getting back to the Lind hut, or the ski hut, about how the huts were insured, so that was pretty smart. So it got me thinking, I'm guessing it would have been the Victorian Hut Association which would have insured the huts, because big parks aren't that smart, eh? Like everything else, they close everything down, things get burnt, they would never rebuild it, they never open the gates. So I'm saying I reckon it's probably the Big Hut Association. What do you reckon? I reckon that might be Wheelers Road or Wheelers Creek Road way over there. It's meant to be all downhill from here to there. This camera will not do this justice. Alright, this is just getting steeper, eh? This could be interesting. You know, drama, it's just first gear. Let the engine do the work. Oh, it's back into first gear, low 4. I have seen this track where it meets up with the Wheelers Creek Road. Yeah, it was pretty steep. You drive past, you go, oh yeah, that's obviously a ridgeline track and it's going to be pretty interesting. There's been a few good spots, like this is reasonably steep too, it's pretty shaly. But yeah. We're getting a fair few washouts up here in front of us. I think you can see Wheelers Creek Road in front of us now. This is the section I would have seen when you drive along. Alright, back on Wheelers Creek Road. I'll just leave it in, go to high 4 for a little while. Just dropping into O'Hagan's campground. I'll just show you this. Alright, this is O'Hagan's camping area. It's got a drop toilet up further and probably room for 5 or 6 vehicles, just one fire pit. Man, that is so tempting. I hadn't gone for a swim at the waterfalls or had a shower there, I'd probably definitely go in there. Yeah, just a lot smaller camp spot than the real Wheelers Creek campground. Probably better access into the river and probably a better spot to actually swim, I reckon, looking at it. Pretty sure that track straight ahead is Zulu track. It's meant to be pretty steep and pretty wild, I think. I was just mentioning about that Zulu Creek track. That's it there in front of us. And if I zoom in, it goes up to the left. And then it follows that ridge line. It just keeps going. Way up over there. That would be steep. Alright, we're just coming up to Benambra-Corryong Rd. 90 kilometres to Omeo. Driving past, saw a heap of other section of old mining area. Sort of seeing here. It's all been mined for gold there. So you might do a little shaft in here. Maybe like there's an old mine shaft in there. Come over here. Yeah, see there's all little rock walls here and that. I can't go too far down because obviously my troop is up there and it's still running. You see the little rock walls that have been built here. I'm not the best with the whole gold thing. I'm slowly learning about it. But you can see why down further, a lot of guys come down here and they actually jump in their wetsuits and go down to the creek down here and just the Gibbo or the Gibbo, depends if you're local or not. Yeah, and go down with bottles and that and squeeze it into the crevices and collect gold. So obviously there's a lot of runoff from here when it rains and that, and it always ends up down in there. So that's pretty cool, eh? Little rock walls. I always say about taking your time and don't want to double back on things. I've driven this road a fair few times, but it's the first time I've actually seen this one. So yeah, it pays to buy a troopy. So obviously you drive a lot slower than everyone else. And there it is there. Okay, when you're driving along Benambra-Corryong Rd, just take your time and look off to the Gibbo riverside. And you'll find lots of little drop-offs, and they go down to the river, and a couple of them have got bloody spectacular little camping spots, and the water's just pristine. But the one I was trying to find, I didn't find on this trip unless it's up a little bit further, but I don't think it is, but definitely worth a look. pizza. Bit hot. Alright, so I've just taken one of those drop-offs off the Benambra-Corryong Rd. This nice little spot here, nice and level. Bit of rock here for a fire pit and that. The Gibbo is down here. And it looks like it could be good fishing as well. 2:45. I had this pizza, I might just throw a quick line in there, I reckon. Not that I'm going to catch anything, but I'll be mad not to. Like, it's a pristine river. It's got trout in it. So, anyway, I'll have some pizza. Maybe there is no fish here. Well, it's got me fucked. Everything there just looks inviting, in my opinion. Rapids, deep hole, bit of an eddy, some drop-offs, some undermining of the bank, and then I just waste my time all the time. I'll just show you. Tell you what you think about this place. Got deep water. Got a little swirl over there. Deep in here. Rapids up there. Shadows, you know. Bit of foliage there. And you've got a drop off under the bank here. Should there be trout in there? Drop a comment below, I appreciate it.
When the world is sleeping, do you think of